Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Tiger TV Live channel. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman, and we're back once again at Horace Fleming the third field. First home football game for the Tigers here today, and a lot of different changes throughout this offseason. The most noticeable one that you'll see in a minute is the new jerseys, and with that, the new name, the Jackson Reed Tigers now. And in the place of Wilson Live, that'll be Tiger TV Live now. Nat, a beautiful day as the JROTC squad will get out on the field with a little bit of presentation. Will be a bit delayed due to a doctor not showing up quite yet. But what are you expecting from this one here?
I mean, it should be a great game. Tigers didn't start the season necessarily how they wanted to, starting out 0-3. Got to say, it's been a tough competition for them, playing 3 out-of-league teams, including Archbishop Carroll, like we saw last year. Super talented team, got a lot of size, got a lot of skill. Got a guy in Nicholas Harbor, top 10 in the country, almost an offer from every school in the country, and that was not the greatest showing from the Tigers on either side of the ball, losing that one 79-0. And this one won't be much different with a great team. Hopefully the Tigers can bounce back, but Benedictine, a very talented team coming from Richmond, Virginia, starting out this season 2-1, picking up wins over teams like Friendship 17-0. Got stars all over the board, especially on that defensive line. Got lots of size and skill down there. Should be a big test for the Tigers here today.
Yeah, so for those who missed the Tigers' first 3 away non-conference games, a loss to Osborne 22-17 to start the schedule, and then another loss 40-6 to Yorktown, and it got bad last week at Archbishop Carroll, a 79-0 loss. So we'll get into this one in a little bit. We'll be back. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Tiger TV Live channel. Liam Irvin here alongside Nathaniel Wigman, and it looks like we are finally getting underway here tonight after a bit of a delay. So a very nice night at Horace Fleming the third field and about a 6:40 start time. Now, once again, a little bit of a wait here, but tell us what Benedictine has in store.
Benedictine starting out the season 2-1, played three super talented teams coming from Virginia. They got a lot of playmakers, especially on that offensive side of the field. Specifically, three-star tight end Luca Pusinelli got offers from Virginia Tech, Duke, Maryland, South Carolina, and many more. Expect him to have a lot of plays on the offensive side today.
So Cole Jocker with a nice kickoff to Rob Nelson. Rob Nelson working to the 20-yard line, tries a stiff arm, and he'll be brought down. Pretty decent kick there from Jocker, stayed in the air a while. And the Tigers will try their luck on offense for the first drive, first home game of the season.
Yeah, not the type of return they want right there. Rob kind of just losing his footing, trying to cut back for some reason when you just try to want to move the ball up the field. Tigers will be inside their own 20, and they got to start out hot here. One of their keys to success, we've seen it all season long this year, all season long last year. The slow starts, can't afford to go 3 and out here. Need to pick up a first down.
Yeah, especially after 3 losses to start the season. Got to get something going and some momentum in the crowd here. And there is quite a full crowd here. So Diatirle in the pocket. Haven't seen much of him yet. Obviously saw Gadaviterne last year, as that is a huge tackle in the backfield. That's number 58, TJ Baldwin. Obviously saw Gadaviterne at the QB position. Not a Gadaviterne type of build for the QB this year. Tell us a little bit about that, Nat.
Yeah, Alex just a super talented guy. Standing at 6'4", lots of muscle on his frame. Ward, not that same type of guy, but still got lots of talent in him. Can make a lot of throws, kind of that smarter type quarterback. But he's going to need some more support from not only his offensive line, but from his running backs. Got a committee, got guys like Hassan Parrish, who's in the game right now. They're going to have to make things happen if they want to win this one.
So Diatirle will take the snap, and he'll drop back and throw this one. Tries a pass out to the left side. That was intended for Hassan Parrish, but that's incomplete. So now a long third down attempt.
Yeah, those are the type of plays you just can't mess up on. Those little dump-off passes, those little screen passes. That's the type of offense that we know Coach Rogers is wanting this Tigers team to run. And those are the type of passes that Ward has to be able to make.
Exactly right. So wouldn't be surprised if we see a platoon here tonight between Henry Reed and Ward Diatirle. Might even have the chance of Rob Dockery. That name should be familiar if you watch Tigers basketball at all. The 4-star will be suited up tonight and probably play some safety. Diatirle drops back and finds an open man downfield, and that should be a first down possibly. That was number 21, Calvin Davis, with the catch there. Good throw by Diatirle, but the punt unit will have to come on.
Yeah, just a few yards short of that first down. Nice little curl route right there from the wide receiver and a beautiful throw. But not able to convert on third down. Tigers, I'd like to see, not necessarily on this possession, but overall like to see them be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end on 4th down. We saw, especially in that Yorktown game, Tigers really struggled on the offensive end early and had a couple opportunities in that game when they were down 17-0 to go for it on 4th down with short yardage, and they didn't.
So Tomasak back to punt now. Pretty good punt. Something to look at this game is he's having some issue with his hip flexor, so he's been nursing that all warm-ups. That was intended for Jordan Callahan, but that punt goes out of bounds at about the 44 or 43-yard line. So the Benedictine High School will take the field and try their luck on offense.
Yeah, beautiful punt right there. We know the Tigers have struggled, especially on special teams this year, especially on those punts with block punts, bad snaps, all types of things we saw last week on their first attempted punt. Tomasek was not able to hold on to it, and it led to a Archbishop Carroll touchdown. We'll see if the Tigers can get a stop here on the defensive end.
So we do have Wes Beluze in the game, and a missed snap there. That'll go all the way back to about the 20-yard line, and that'll be picked up, and he will be brought down for a huge loss. Tigers fans really into it. Wes Beluze in the game for Benedictine. No, they also like to run a platoon, but simply a miscommunication there, and number 9, Leo Bowling, tries to scoop it up. The RB1, but not much there, and a good tackle by Wall and Nelson in the backfield.
Yeah, seemed like Beluze was not ready for that snap. Big play right here, big opportunity for the Tigers to really get something going on the defensive end. This is going to lead to a big second down and long.
So crowd was into it on that one once again.
Yeah, lots of people in attendance here for the Tigers. Like to see them get more on their feet. Get some energy that the players on the field can take from.
So Beluze will try his luck in the pocket once again. He's got Leo Bowling to his left. 3 receivers stacked towards the bottom of your screen. He'll hand that ball off, and that's a big run. Tackle brought down by Wall. That was actually number 5, David Inkendakurio, with the run.
Yeah, Tigers really struggled with that run defense in the previous game, giving up over 200 yards on the ground last week to Archbishop Carroll. Got to do a better job of being aggressive, using those inside bodies, especially those linebackers. Have got to get those tackles, and they got to support Ian Wall. You know, he's a big-time player, having 25 tackles in 2 games so far this season. But some of those other guys like Riley and especially those safeties have got to help him out.
So got to contain here as the clock ticks to about 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Beluze in the pocket once again. He'll drop back and fake the handoff, a little play action. He's rolling to his left, not much there. Tries to find the 3-star receiver, and that is good coverage by Wall. Number 11, Luca Puccinelli, the 3-star receiver with multiple Division I offers, was the intended target there, but the punt unit will have to come on once again. So back-to-back 3-and-outs for both teams.
Yeah, beautiful coverage right there from Wall and Riley. Tigers bring a little bit of a blitz there. We saw number 44, Roth Thomas right there, almost getting to the quarterback. Great possession, great defensive possession to start out the game for the Tigers. See if they can get some good yardage on this punt return.
So Nelson's back there to return this one. That was number 18, Jagan Ratliff with the punt, and Nelson boots it, but fortunately enough, number 3, Darrell Wright was right there to dive on top of that one. Flag is thrown. Might be in favor of the Tigers here.
Yeah, that's something that they practice this week. The Tigers practice jumping on the ball on top of those fumbles. Looking like that practice is paying off there after almost a costly turnover.
So that penalty will be in favor of the Tigers, which means they'll have even better field possession. Would love for them to be aggressive here, huh, Nat?
Yeah, I'd like to see them go back to that pass game that they saw, work on that 3rd down last possession. We see Wall slotting into that tight end possession. Like to see him get the ball in space, or some of their other playmakers like Darrell Wright.
That'll be a big game for the Tigers. They'll be over midfield now.
Yeah, that's got to be a flag on the Benedictine trying too aggressively. Touching the punt returner before the ball has reached him.
Exactly right. So Diatirle in the shotgun once again. He's got Parrish to his right. He'll hand it off to Parrish. Parrish looked like he had a hole there, but that'll be tackle for a loss once again.
Yeah, like we said from that start, that Benedictine defensive line got lots of size, lots of skill in there. So far, the Tigers' offensive line is just breaking down right off the start of that. Like to see the Tigers go to that pass game.
So same formation once again. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Diatirle in the shotgun. Paris to his right. Diatirle will drop back to pass. Heavy pressure there intended for Wall. Wall tries to go up and get that one. And that is deflected by Nick Land. Good coverage there. Dangerous ball by Diatirle to Wall. Good job by him going up and getting that one. But not much there for the Tigers once again.
Yeah, throwing that one up into double coverage. Risky but aggressive play from the Tigers. Wall, you know, he's athletic and tall up there. Had a chance to be able to go up and make a play. Wasn't able to make it, though.
Yeah, and I like the aggressiveness, though. You got a 3rd and 11 here. They're marking it. Love to see them air this one out. No running back in the backfield as it looks like right now. 4 receivers towards the bottom of your screen. A big stack there. Diatirle will drop back to pass. Heavy pressure in the pocket, and he'll be brought down for a big loss. That's number 52. Marquise Vincent with a huge sack in the backfield, and that'll cause the Tigers to punt now.
Yeah, absolutely no time right there for Diatirle. Line breaks down almost immediately. So another 3-and-out for the Tigers. And I think that all starts on first down. We've seen the Tigers all season long, especially last year, see them go to that run game on first downs, not necessarily work out, and then go to the pass game, especially later on in that game, trying to be more aggressive.
So
Like to see them try to move the ball on first down.
So Tomasek dangerously gets that punt off, and Callahan was back to return it, almost muffed it there. Number 32, Casey Wood, looked like he had a chance there, but now Benedictine will try their luck on offense once again.
Another beautiful punt, putting this one deeper into Benedictine territory.
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder, the concession stand is open for your convenience, so feel free to make your way and support the Jackson Reed Boosters Club with your purchases.
Tomasek punting well to start, and no issues thus far with snapping as it has been the past couple weeks. So a double motion here. West will hand it off once again in a big gap, and that'll be a gain there. Number 9, Leo Bowling with the run there. Good blocking from the O-line and an interesting motion there.
Yeah, I've said it from the start, the Cadets got to establish that run game. We know the Tigers have struggled with that run defense, and so far on both of their carries, they've gotten at least 7 yards. Got to think that they go back to it right here.
Same formation as last time. Let's see if they motion Puccinelli across the screen. They'll hand it off once again. Big hole to the right side. Tries to bounce it out to the right. And that'll be a good tackle there. Might be a first down, though. Leo Bowling once again with the carry.
Yeah, no wide receivers on that weak side. Bowling's able to make a beautiful cut to the outside and pick up that first down. The Cadets continue to be in that 2 tight end set along with their 2 big tight ends, but also that huge offensive line. So far, the Tigers have had no response for the Cadets' run game.
So that was a first down once again. Puccinelli will be motioned across once again. Let's see if they hand this ball off here. They will once again. And a big hole wide open in the middle of the field, and that'll be a tackle, but not before about a 15-yard game. Once again, Leo Bowling just having his way in the run game.
Yeah, Bowling showing off his speed right there. Able to make it past those first couple linebackers and then explode for a huge rush. For a huge gain. It takes almost 4 Tigers defenders to be able to bring him down. Tigers have got to do a better job of wrapping up those guys, bringing them down, and not let them just keep falling and pushing forward.
Yeah, Cadets seem to be liking spreading the secondary out and then trusting their luck with their O-line versus the Tigers' D-line and having the ability for those big runs right there. Bowling will stay on the field once again. Puccinelli motioned once again, and Bowling will get another handoff. Tries to bounce it out to the right side, a stiff arm on Riley, and he'll be upended out of bounds by Calvin Davis, just short of the first down.
Yeah, Bowling just very hard to bring down. You saw Riley just right on him almost from the very start from that line of scrimmage, but Bowling's able to hold that stiff arm and take it on for another 7 yards. Tigers being run down almost into the inside the red zone here for the Cadets.
So 0-0 still. Just under 5 minutes, 25 seconds left. Cadets seem to be having their way on their second drive offensively. They'll motion Puccinelli over once again. Let's see if they hand this ball off. Play action here, and that'll be a screen play to the right side, and that'll be a good tackle and good coverage there in the secondary. Kamari Venny caught that screen pass for the Cadets, but Tigers all over it.
Yeah, they're going to mark this one just shy of that first down. Beautiful tackle right there from the Tigers. Not able to pick up a huge gain. Huge third down opportunity for both teams. Tigers can get a stop here. They got an opportunity to just stay in it. The Cadets likely to go back to that run game. Picked up big yardage on each carry. Look for Bowling to get this one up through the middle.
Yeah, big play here. Would love to hold the Cadets to a field goal. Puccinelli motioned across once again. They like to do that. Bowling will get the handoff. Big hole. He might have a touchdown here. He makes it to the secondary, and he is wrapped up by Scott Messiah.
Cadets just continue to lay great blocks on that offensive line. Bowling just continues to eat and eat and eat more and more yardage.
Another handoff to Bowling. Bowling will be wrapped up by Wall there. That's what Wall likes to do, but they've been sending doubles at him to start this one, so we'll have to lead to someone else making big plays.
Yeah, that's something we saw in that Yorktown game. I was lucky enough to be able to see that one. I talked to Wall after that one, and they were IDing him. The quarterback was calling him out every play, making sure that the whole offensive line was making sure every time they knew where he was.
So Beloze will hand it off once again. That was Jackson Hall with the carry there, but not for much, and now Bowling will check right back in.
Yeah, why wouldn't they? Why would they go away from the run game with it being so successful? We saw Coach Rogers going to take a timeout here, not happy with his team on the defensive end.
Yeah, and a smart timeout. Would love to hold him here to just a field goal at least.
We saw in that last play, Wall lining up on the outside edge, going right up against Puccinelli. That's a big time matchup between two very talented guys.
So players are back on the field here after this timeout. 3 minutes and 28 seconds left, marking this as a 3rd and 2 here for the Cadets. West in the shotgun once again. He's got Bowling to his left, who has had his way all day. Let's see if they motion Puccinelli once again. Bowling will switch sides and switch back once again. And once again, a handoff to Bowling. Bowling seems to be plowing his way inside. He's still going, and he'll be brought down just short of the touchdown, but probably was a first down, and some shenanigans in the backfield there with Connor Riley and Ryan Sellers.
Yeah, Tigers lose a lot of their playmakers, especially on that defensive end from last year. Guys like Mikey Rosebar, Armani Johnson, some of those key guys that really did a great job of stopping the run last year. Some of those guys like Robert Nelson, Connor Riley, some of those guys that's got to step up on this defense. Some of those guys on the defensive line too. Got to make those tackles, got to shed those blocks.
So let's see if the Cadets take a shot here. Puccinelli is finally in the slot. They'll motion him over once again. Bowling to the left, and a play action there fools the entire Tigers defense. A flag is thrown there, but Wes completely fooled the Tigers there and basically waltzed into the end zone. Let's see if this one's coming back for holding. It seems to be.
Yeah, big break right there for the Tigers. That Tigers cornerback was absolutely juked out of his shoes right there by the Cadets quarterback. Another big break.
It seemed obvious that they were going to switch it up eventually. I would expect a possible air out here from Wes. Only one attempt so far, and that was broken up on the first drive. This second drive eating the clock here. 2 minutes and 28 seconds left in this first quarter.
Yeah, but still a first down. They can still put this ball on this ground with them averaging close to 7 yards a carry.
Buleza will air it out, and that's thrown to the sideline to about the 10-yard line. That's caught by number 2, Kamari Venny.
Yeah, a little 4-yard gain like this beautiful pass right there to attack the sidelines. Got to think that these Tigers corners are going to play inside, trying to help on that run game. That outside of the field should be open.
Once again, decent student section trying to get into it. Not much energy yet, though. Maybe with the stop here, the crowd will get into it. Puccinelli motioned over once again, bowling to the left, and he'll take a misdirection handoff, and that's right into the arms of Ian Wall, and a great tackle there. That should be for a loss. Tried for a little misdirection there to bowling. Puccinelli was almost right next to the quarterback there, Wes, but an interesting play drawn up. Wall wasn't fooled.
Yeah, beautiful job right there by Wall to get back and get in the backfield. No one's blocking him on that far side. Trying to run away from him, kind of lining at that D-end position, but he's so big and so fast that he's able to catch up with the running back.
So 3rd and 12 here, 3rd and goal. Beluze in the pocket. He'll play action this one. Looking downfield, he'll roll out to the left. Has a lot of room there. Fires towards the sideline, and that is a touchdown. Cadets. Beluze with a nice ball to Freddie Barber towards the corner of the end zone. A little pylon dive there. And doesn't get much easier than that. Beluze with a really nice rollout there.
Yeah, I think that play is all created by that offensive line there. The Tigers bring a little blitz with Wall coming off the edge, and the whole D-line just – Beluze has all the time in the world to be able to make that throw, and that wide receiver opens up for Freddie Barber, and the Cadets get that 6-0 to lead.
So Cole Drucker right through the uprights. Very nice kick, and that'll be 7-0 now. Cadets the first to get on the board. Tigers with a big possession coming up here with 1:32 left in this first quarter.
Yeah, Drucker, a dangerous kicker. We saw him in warm-ups lining up at that 45-yard line for that 55-yard field goal. Those extra points are easy for him. Like to see the Tigers get a big return, give themselves some better field position with Calvin Davis and Rob Nelson in the backfield.
Yeah, 2 speedy returners here. Problem is, Drucker did a really good job on that first one, getting some air time on the kick. So if it goes farther than the 5-yard line here, you might want to consider a touchback. So Coach Rogers here in his 2nd season really agrees that this team has grown a lot. His first time having a full offseason with this Tigers team, and obviously last year a really young and immature squad that grew as the weeks passed on and put together some good wins towards the end of the season. So maybe this Tigers team can do the same. Once again, great airtime on that kick from Drucker. Nelson has a good return here though, and he'll work to about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, Tigers, this is almost the biggest possession of this game. Got to pick up a first down here. Got to move the chains. Got to at least get 3 on this possession. Can't allow the Cadets to get the ball back. With how good their run game has gone so far in this one, they need to get some points on the board in this first half.
Yeah, at least a field goal here. Got to get the possession moving and not go 3 and out. Let's see if Diratierle can do the job in the pocket here.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go to the pass game here, whether it's guys like Brody Ryan or some of the other Tigers wide receivers, Zayman Nguesi. You got some size, you got some playmakers. I'd like to see them get the ball.
Still no Rob Dockery thus far. Diratierle in the shotgun. He's got Hassan Parrish to his right. Still 7-0 here. A little bit of a misdirection, and that's handed off to Parrish, and the Cadets were all over that one. Fake wasn't sold to Brody Ryan, and Parrish was stuffed in the backfield. Once again, another tackle for loss.
Yeah, run game hasn't gotten a single yard, only picked up negative yards in this one. Again, like to see them go to the pass game. Under Coach D'Amico Suggs as that offensive coordinator this year. We saw him be the offensive coordinator for Bell on a very dangerous offense. See if he can bring the success to the Tigers this season.
Diratierle in the shotgun. He'll drop back and pass this one. Heavy pressure, throws it to the left side, and a huge tackle for loss once again by Kavari Veni.
Yeah, not much time again there. Diratierle is forced to dump off, and lose even more yardage, leading down to a big 3rd down and 12. Offensive line has got to do a better job of supporting their quarterback. The Tigers want to have any chance in this one.
Yeah, let's see if the Tigers can even get a playoff here. Running clock here, and 5 seconds now on the clock. Diatile in the shotgun. They got to snap this one quickly. And they just get it off. Diatile will drop back to pass, and he's swarmed once again by the Cadets. My goodness. I think it might have been smarter to just sit on that one, as another big tackle for loss there. And that'll be the punt unit on the field to start this second quarter.
Yeah, it's not just one Cadets player. It's multiple. It's Henry Burnling in the backfield along with 2 other Cadets defenders. That offensive line just breaks down there like we've seen multiple times today. Tigers really struggled on the offensive end early in this one.
Yeah, Cadets just seem to be a lot more mature and understanding of the game, and that really shows in the trenches down low with the O-line and D-line comparisons. So we'll flip sides here for the second quarter. Tigers got to get it going, though.
Yeah, Tigers deep in their own territory on their own 14. They're going to need a good punt out of Tomasek to put this one into Cadets territory.
Yeah, got to watch for the block punt here. I mean, last 2 times Tomasek has punted, guys were right on him, and with the ability to block the punt if Tomasek didn't punt it a second earlier. So got to have good protection here and just get this ball in the air. And that's blocked. And that'll be sat on in the end zone. Still waiting on the call, and that's a touchdown. Number 33, Jawan Hutchins with a block punt. And that'll be 13-0. And the sorrow continues for the Tigers.
Yeah, everything just goes wrong on that punt. A little bit of a slow punt from Tomasek, but no blocks from the offensive line. Not the greatest strong snap. I don't know what the Tigers have got to do better. Maybe sending Tomasek back a couple yards could do the trick if they don't want to get those blocks, but struggle with them all season and still can't get them right.
Yeah, I mean, had a snapping issue the first couple weeks, switched different snappers, and now just another issue of getting the punt off in time. So Drucker money again on the extra point, and that'll be 14-0. 11:52 left in that second quarter.
Tigers now will get their 4th offensive possession. So far haven't been able to pick up a first down. At this point in this game now you got to be more aggressive on the offensive end. Like to see them pass forward on first down, try to attack maybe that inside of the middle of the field. But it's really on that offensive line. We saw the Tigers last season, especially towards that end, go to more of a 2 tight end set to help support their offensive line. See if the Tigers try to go to that today.
Yeah, we'll give credit to Coach D'Amico Suggs, though. Definitely some new formations pulled out today. Haven't seen some of these plays ever, and really like that for the Tigers. They need an element of surprise in their offense, and last year Coach Rogers really liked to drill the basics and the inside zone run game. So interesting to see some passes being aired out and some misdirections and whatnot. So promising for the Tigers offense if they can get the blocking down. Drucker will be back to kick once again. Davis and Rob Nelson will be back to receive. And Davis will scoop that one up and try his luck. Bit of a squib kick there, and tackle by Joel Starlings there.
Yeah, Davis, a multi-sport athlete, very speedy in that backfield here, playing baseball as that sort of pinch runner. You saw him made a couple big plays in that game against Yorktown, had a big-time hit and a big-time return. See if he can make some plays today.
So 14-0 here. Cadets still with the lead. Tigers will try their luck on offense once again. So 3 receivers on the bottom of your screen and 1 on the top. Diatele will be in the shotgun once again with a running back to his left. Diatele will drop back to throw this one. He has an open man downfield, and that's caught, and that'll be a gain. Probably a first down there towards the bottom of your screen. And Kamari Vinny with the tackle there. Good set, though, and good throw by Diatele there.
Yeah, beautiful run play, just a yard short of that first down. Getting that ball to one of your playmakers, Scott Messiah. We saw Coach Rogers rave about Messiah last season, playing a lot as a freshman, something that you don't always see, and we can see that when he gets that ball in space, he can make things happen.
So Diatele in the shotgun once again, 14-0. And they'll try the run game here, a little handoff to Hassan Parrish. Might have got a yard or 2.
He's able to pick up that first down. First down for the Tigers in this one.
So the sticks are moved, and fans finally getting into it a little bit there.
Yeah, still not many blocks. You saw him as soon as he got past that line of scrimmage. There's 3 or 4 Cadets defenders right on top of him. Got to stick to the pass game here if you're the Tigers.
So Diatele will drop back to throw this one once again. A good throw once again, and a lot of space in traffic there. And they'll get across midfield. That's Scott Messiah, tackle there from number 4, Henry Burling. But another first down, so back-to-back here. Diatele having good luck airing the ball out here.
Yeah, beautiful play. Line able to hold up for their time. Able to give him a little time in the pocket. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Rob Dockery checking in the game for the first time. See what the Tigers have in store with the playmaker coming into the game. Lining in at that wide receiver position here. Standing in at 6'7". We know what type of plays he can make on the basketball court. Let's see what type of plays he can make on the football field.
Yeah, and you see already a miscommunication there. He's having to be motioned over to the bottom of the screen here as he doesn't know which play they're running, but he draws a quick count on the snap there, and the Cadets will jump off sides.
Yeah, that's something we see a lot in the NFL, kind of trying to get the defense to jump off sides. Beautiful job right there by Diatele.
Yeah, really sold that, and TJ Baldwin for the Cadets jumps right offside.
Yeah, Tigers doing a great job of moving down the field. Now inside Cadets territory. See if the Tigers are able to get on the board here in the second quarter with 9 minutes and 40 seconds left.
And let's see if the Tigers air it out once again. Dockery will stay in the game. Diatele in a bit of an interesting set here. He's got Scott Messiah behind him, and he'll fake the handoff, sold it really well, and some more open field room, and a tackle with another first down. A big gain there. Good misdirection from Diatele. Really sold that there to Hassan Parrish, and that'll be another first down for the Tigers, so they're really moving the sticks here.
Yeah, Tigers getting some things going on that little screenplay. Tigers now inside the 36, working closer to that red zone.
Diatele in the shotgun. He'll drop back and pass once again. Heavy pressure, throws under pressure, and that's picked off. Cadets will run back the other way. A lot of room here towards the sideline, and he'll cut it back. Still more room. He seems like he has an open field now. Number 12, Easton Ogle, will waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Cadets. And what a turn of events there for the Tigers. Diatele seems like he has something going. Tigers offense seems like they have something going. And they air it out. Diatele in a lot of pressure there and throws a pick six.
Yeah, just as you thought they were going to get something going, working towards that red zone, picked up multiple first downs, and Diatele no time in that pocket. Can't blame that one fully on him, but trying to attack the top of the field on that little streak. And that one we headed to 6. The Cadets able to extend their lead now to 20 points. You saw some glimpses there on that offensive possession, though, there from the Tigers, getting the ball to their playmakers. Ward was able to make some good reads, but offensive line breaks down on that play, and Cadets able to capitalize.
Drucker, money again. 21-0 just like that. 8 minutes and 25 seconds left in this second quarter.
Are some benefits from that possession is you learn some things. You saw some things that you've done well. I would say that's the best that I've seen personally. The Tigers have moved the ball so far this season. If they can start to replicate that going on not only in this game but towards that rest of this season, Tigers, especially with how difficult their roster has been, how difficult their schedule has been early on, should work into their league play starting next season against Roosevelt. Some of these things that they learned from playing all these tough teams like Benedictine, which are ranked inside the top 20 in Virginia, and we know how good Archbishop Carroll is, will definitely help them when they enter that DCIA AA play.
Yeah, I mean, got to give Coach Rogers credit. He's got connections all over the place, as he was a huge touted high school player and played in college Division I of Richmond, so he's not scared at all, no matter the Tigers' abilities of scheduling some hard games like this. And it's very good for the Tigers. You saw once they got to league play, they were very growthful last year. Nelson brought down there. That was Joel Starlings once again.
And that's all Coach Rogers wants to do. He just wants to get better. That's all we heard last season, just making progress, not learning from the mistakes that they had. We got not many seniors on this team, so if this group of guys can grow from each other, learn, and get better, that's all he wants.
So once again, Tigers would love to get on the board before the half here. (21-0) here, 8 minutes and 16 seconds left in this second quarter. Diatile will find himself in the shotgun. A 2 running back set, and they'll fake the handoff and flip it outside, and Diatile has a man open with some room upfield, and a missed throw once again.
Yeah, similar play that we saw all last drive. Not able to complete that kind of just little shovel pass that you think any quarterback could make. Don't know exactly what happened there between the Diatile and the wide receiver.
Yeah, seemed to be at an awkward angle. Wasn't able to flip his hips in time. And as a result, an incomplete pass. So 1st and 10, dangerous position here once again. And a run will be had. I believe that's Rob Nelson in the pile. Swallowed up by Cadets defenders, and that might be a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, run game still really struggling in this one. That was number 4, Parrish. Only 23 yards on the season. That's been a consistent thing this whole season. Tigers haven't been able to get that run game going. We saw last year, had a committee of guys, Jason Collins, Mikey Rosebar, Landon Prince, all 3 of those guys gone. Specifically Jason Collins transferring to the rival, the Roosevelt Rough Riders.
Who the Tigers will take on next week. Diatile drops back to pass. A good ball there and good communication. Both receiver and quarterback on the same page. Believe that's Scott Messiah able to turn his body back and almost make a big play, but punt unit will have to come on again, and that's a scary sight for the Tigers this season.
Yeah, great coverage right there from the Cadets on that man-to-man. Messiah able to try to make a play on that ball, but just not able to bring that one down. Tigers will go 3 and out. Offense not able to bring that same energy that they saw last drive. So 7 minutes and 16 seconds left in this first half. Plenty of time for the Tigers to get on the board.
So Tomasek back to punt again, and he gets a squib on it. Let's see if it'll get a good roll here, and Cadets punt returner will pick that up. That's number 15, Jordan Callahan. He has room to his left side, tries a spin, and he'll be brought down by 4 Tigers defenders there, but a pretty good return off the bounce there.
Yeah, around a 20-yard run turn right there. Cadets, Tigers really struggling to make those open field tackles. We've seen it on the run game. We saw it on that pick 6. When those Cadets receivers or defenders, whoever it is, able to get in space, Tigers have not been able to make those right tackles, whether they're diving for those tackles and not able to get those shoestring tackles, or just making simple guys where the Cadets players are able to make guys miss. One thing the Tigers are doing a great job on that defensive end is slowing down number 11, Luca Pacelli, 0 yards so far today.
Subuleza throws a screen to Callahan, who almost just broke loose on that punt return, and nothing there.
Yeah, haven't seen it so far, but David Gadio Rio, a super talented playmaker. If he can get the ball, look for him to be attacking deep downfield.
Beleza with the play action, pulls it on Wall once again, but Wall able to recover in time. That'll be a gain of about 5 there. Good job by Wall. Ball on the initial handoff. Beleza pulled that one back on the read option, and Wall still able to make the tackle.
Yeah, I saw Wall, just kind of one of his weaknesses last year was that read option. We saw specifically D'Amico Suggs run that a lot for the Bell Griffins last year over and over again, and it continuously got the Tigers.
Almost a pick there by Beleza. Throws that one up. Nelson thought he had a good beat on that. Yeah, but Wall's a matured player now. Multiple Division I offers.
Yeah, Tigers with great coverage there. Leads up to a big play. 3rd down and 5. Oh, 4th down and 5. Cadets look like they're keeping their offense on the field.
Interesting. It is a long field goal, but we saw Jocker from hitting it from about this range in warm-ups, so we know he has that in him. Looks like they will fake the handoff once again, and a air out pass, and that'll be almost picked, and that'll be deflected into the hands of number 8, Riley Roarty. Wow. Rob Nelson has that in his hands, and that, again, could have batted it down on the 4th and 5 there, and that'll put 27 points on the board for the Cadets.
Another costly mistake right there from the Tigers. That's just I don't know if it was Rob did not just wanted the pick or something, but even if you get that pick, you're catching that ball and you're either on the 1 or you're on the 2, and that's not good field position. Whether you bat that down, you get around the 30, you get a beautiful stop, but something went wrong right there from the Tigers.
Jocker money for the 4th time. Yeah, it looked like they had a bit of a miscommunication there in the secondary. Nelson ran into another DB, and it looked like Roarty might have had position there for a second, but Nelson with a nice recovery and then has the ball right in his hands. All he has to do is bat it down, but decides to try and make a play, an interception, and the rest is showing on the scoreboard here.
Yeah, there's just no need for that type of play. Tigers, costly mistake right there. Cadets gonna get a little bailed out on that one, on something that I feel like the Tigers have done a good job so far of not letting any of those wide receivers get past them. They've done a great job covering that. Run defense hasn't been the same as their pass defense, but you live and you learn. Cadets with a big now 28-0 lead. Tigers now will get an opportunity to get the ball back and try to get some points on the board in this first half.
So the normal duo, Nelson and Davis, back to receive their 5th kick of the day. And that is a really good kick once again from Drocker, and that'll roll out of bounds. So a penalty, but Drocker really showing off his boot early.
Yeah, so Tigers will now get some good field position. If you didn't know, in football, you can't, on those kickoffs, you can't kick that ball out of bounds. They'll move way forward from where they would have gotten that return. So mistake right there made from the Cadets.
First down and 10 for the Tigers.
See if Diatierle can bounce back after that interception and 3rd and out on these last 2 drives.
Look good, been throwing some good balls, but haven't had much Bruin in the run game, so Cadets really just able to drop back into that secondary. Diatierle will drop back once again, an open receiver, and that's Juan Carlos. And he'll have a first down there. Tackle by Henry Burling.
Yeah, that's going to be Zayman Aguesi actually for that catch. Another multi-sport athlete on the field for the Tigers. Aguesi would have been the tallest player on the team for the Tigers. Now that Rob Dockery, he'll take that title from him, but Aguesi, a big kind of wide receiver type tight end, got some speed under his boots, and with a beautiful catch right there, able to move the chains forward.
Diatierle in a lone shotgun once again, fires it out to the right side, and that's picked off once again. Another deflection there. Receiver is really not helping Diatierle out, and that's number 6, Christopher Johnson, who runs that one all the way back to the 40-yard line, and another pick for Diatierle.
Yeah, this one's going to go off the hands of Messiah Petty. Wasn't the greatest throw by Diatierle, but if Petty would have batted that down and not batted it up, Tigers would have been fine, but another turnover for the Tigers. And the Cadets able to get the ball in beautiful field position, then able to extend their lead to 35, which is a huge number here in high school football. It will lead to the clock being run continuously unless a timeout is made.
So they'll motion over Puccinelli once again, and I'd expect to see a lot more of this today. A big run from Bowling once again. Seems like he powered through to the first down. Interesting how they motion over Puccinelli to have him in that fullback role there, and Bowling just so strong that he's able to get in there.
Yeah, Bowling has had a heck of a day on the ground. Really that only lead back for the Cadets so far, and he's been able to get first down after first down for the Cadets. Got to think they go back to him here with only 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in this first half.
Subulezo will motion Puccinelli over once again, and they hand it right back off to Bowling. Almost got that ball stripped from him in the backfield there, but that'll be a gain of about 3.
Yeah, I think ball might be loose.
Yeah, looks like it is. Looks like he lost it on the initial strip there, but Tigers will have that one back.
Tigers able to cause a turnover of their own. Look, that one was number 23, Aiden Giles, able to force the turnover there. Tigers now get the offense back on the field with another chance to get some points on the board here.
And Dockery in the game now. Throw out to the right side, and that's picked off once again. And to the 10, touchdown, number 2, Kamari Venny. And that'll be 34-0 now. Another pick 6 for the Cadets.
Yeah, same thing as that last pick 6. Pocket breaks down. Diatierle throws this one again into coverage, and especially trying to target that smaller wide receiver in Scott Messiah, the bigger defender, the cornerback, in Kamari Venny, able to make it easily play.
And once again, good there from Cole Drucker. He's 5 for 5 on extra points today.
Yeah, so Tigers clock will be continuously run unless the Tigers can cut the lead down below 20.
Yeah, and it looked like Diatirle was frustrated coming off the field there. Rightfully so, but getting a talking to by the coaches now. We'll see if the platoon starts to go into effect here with Henry Reed or maybe even Dockery getting a few snaps under center.
Yeah, we saw Reed get the starting job that first week. Was able to make some couple plays happen. It was the closest game of the season so far for the Tigers. Weren't able to take up that victory, but not all his fault. You know, they got inside the red zone on that first drive and were fumbled on the 2-yard line, only losing that one by 5 points. Reed was able to make some type of throws that he wanted to, but clearly Coach Suggs and Coach Rogers are happier with Diatirle under center.
Yeah, two different style of play quarterbacks. Obviously, they have about the same frame, but Diatirle can throw the ball pretty significantly better than Reed, but Reed seems to be a better understanding and making smarter plays, so we'll see if that comes into effect here. It looks like Reed will check in the game here.
Yeah, we'll see if Reed able to make the type of plays that they want. 3 minutes and 55 seconds, but with the clock running, it's going to be even shorter than that. They're going to have to move the ball quickly. Like to see them maybe try to go into some no-huddle type plays here. And again, continuously try to attack downfield, maybe try to get it to some of your playmakers. Haven't seen Rob Dockery be targeted once, but we know he can make some plays. Reed seems to be a little bit of a fan favorite with the crowd chanting, "Let's go, Henry." See if he can make some plays here.
So Reed in the shotgun. Dockery, the bottommost receiver on your screen. Seems to be a heavy blitz coming from Benedictine, and a fumble there from Ryan. Ryan will scoop that back up, though, and get nailed for about no gain there. And once again, that continuous clock will show. Would have been running either way on that play, but
he's going to lose about 2 yards there. It hurts on those type of plays when that wide receiver and quarterback might not have that same type of connection as you do have with the starter. But this is the type of thing that both Diatirle and Reed got to battle to try to make the guy better. It helps kind of have that competition because you know if you make any one little mistake, Diatirle making too many mistakes a day, you know the Tigers will bring in a new guy.
So here's Davis now, the speedy back, will get a carry, and once again a big tackle for loss there. TJ Baldwin with a great tackle there.
Yeah, no blocks are made. The run game just continues to be non-existent. And this one, Cadets continuously just getting in that backfield, leading to a big, long 3rd down and 20 here for the Tigers.
Yeah, it really seemed to be all over those misdirections and anything going on in that run game.
Yeah, Tigers went back-to-back with those little end-around plays. Nothing goes on the first one, and then they try to go right back to it, and with the same result, but even worse.
So now a timeout called by the Cadets. Clock will finally stop. Minute 42 left, 35-0. Cadets have the lead. We'll be back. And welcome back once again. A minute 42 left here in this one at Horace Fleming the third field. Jackson Reed having a tough start to this game. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman. First half seems to be almost as a cap, and they'll throw it up to Dockery there. He had a play to make on the sideline, and that'll be broken up by Easton Ogle, who already has that long pick six there. And Tigers will have to punt once again and go to Tomasek. Dockery had a chance there, though.
Yeah, Dockery staying in that 6'7" frame. We've seen that a lot in the highlights that I've seen from this Benedictine team. With having those tall tight end and wide receivers, they almost just trying to just throw the ball up and see if they can make a play. Dockery not able to make the play right there, but good attempt at it. Now a dangerous play here. Tigers, Tomasek backed up deep inside the end zone. We've seen them make mistakes countless times this season.
And that's almost blocked once again. My goodness. Looks like Jordan Callahan will have a chance to break through, and he gets tackled there by Messiah Petty.
Tackle made by Messiah Anthony of the Tigers. First down and 10 for the Cadets. Ball is on the 35-yard line.
Once again, continuous clock here, so Cadets might even be able to take this to the half.
At 20 seconds, clock winding down. If they want to be able to get a play off, they're gonna have to do something quickly. Like to see them try to throw this ball up to one of their wide receivers, see if they can make a play.
Might be smart to just hand this one off, and they do. A big carry once again, and that'll get to the secondary, and that'll wave the end of the half. 35-0 here. Cadets with a strong first half, and let's see if Coach Rogers can do something at half as the Tigers will come off.
Yeah, not a good sign also for the Tigers. Wall seems to be limping a little bit, walking off the field right there. Not a good sign. And again, to start off that second half, the Cadets will get the ball back as they elected to kick off at the beginning of this one. So Tigers are going to have to get a stop and then get some points on the board quickly and often in the second half if they want to win this one. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe to Tiger TV Live. We'll be bringing you sports games from all season long, whether it's basketball, football, soccer, baseball, everything from your Jackson Reed Tigers.
That's right. We'll be back after this half. And welcome back once again to the Tiger TV live channel here at Horace Fleming the third field once again for the second half of Tigers football. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman. Had a struggle over first half for the Tigers here, 35-0, as the Cadets have a commanding lead. Good kickoff there from Tomasek. Cadets have some room and they'll take that back before being tackled by Tomasek, the kicker himself, at about the 45-yard line. Big gain there.
Yeah, lots of mistakes on the Tigers' end. Multiple mistakes on the defense and offensive end, especially specifically on the defense. Been able to get the ball run all over them all game long by the star running back, number 9, I apologize, Leo Bowling. Really just gotten around 7 yards of carry and been able to run it down the Tigers' throats. And then a couple mistakes specifically made by Rob Nelson on that little, should have been interception or should have been a batted down pass leading to that passing touchdown.
And that'll be offsides there on the Cadets. Yeah, a lot of mistakes here. Got to salvage this game if you're the Tigers and make something out of it. Can't have two back-to-back shutout, blowout losses. So got to get some points on the board, and I think that's definitely what Coach Rogers is thinking. It looks like he had them come back out of the tunnel and re-stretch and redo their pregame routine. So hopefully they can figure that out and get a couple stops here and get some points on the board.
Yeah, one thing that the Tigers are doing well compared to last season is they're keeping the penalty flag off the field. We saw that all season long on big runs called back from holding, and on the defensive end, offsides, all types of mistakes. This time they haven't done that today.
So flag thrown once again, and a huge run there. This time, Easton Ogle is in the game at QB. So we mentioned they had a platoon earlier in the game, but it seems like they swapped out half and half. So Ogle will have it under center, and he looks to be about the same build and as talented as number 10, Wes Beluze.
Yeah, but this play is going to be taken back even further. The Cadets, on the other hand, are struggling to keep the penalty flag off the field. This one's going to be moving even farther back with a holding call. One thing, again, to keep an eye on is Ian Wall's injury. We see him limping around the field a lot. Still able to make some plays, but especially when he's running, that leg of his is seeming to give him some troubles. We saw in the offseason we heard last offseason Wall had some troubles with that ankle of his, with a fractured bone there. That could be something to deal with him, or it could be a pulled muscle.
So Dockery in at the DN now. And a continuous clock. Dockery's back there. Once again, another miscommunication on snap, and that'll be tackled for a huge loss there. Easton Ogle struggling on some snap coverage and communication here with this center.
Yeah, so that should be credited as a sack, even moving even farther back for now a 1st and 33.
So got to go into contain here if you're the Tigers and just drop back. For those who don't know high school rules, once a 35-point deficit is achieved, the clock will continuously run without stoppage until a timeout is called. So no timeouts thus far, which means the clock's still running. Ogle has some room there, and he'll be brought down by Wall. But that's definitely not enough room after that long first down.
Yeah, not enough right there, but going to lead to a big 3rd down. Tigers got 2 defensive ends. You look at this D-line right here from the Tigers. You got 2 huge D-ends in Rob Dockery and Ian Wall. Lots of size. Dockery will now check off, but see if they can make a play here.
Ogle will throw towards the sideline, a screen here. Wide open towards the bottom of your screen. That's number 15, Jordan Callahan. Saw that screen play a lot in that first half, but didn't work at all. This one for a good game. Not a first down still.
Yeah, smart play call right there from the Cadets. You expect the Tigers to be dropping back, not allowing anything to get past you, so those corners are giving up that space underneath, and you know those Cadets players have been able to make some plays in space, specifically right there, Jordan Callahan able to make one guy miss and pick up a huge gain leading now down to a 4th and 9 that is easily attainable for the Cadets offense.
Yeah, so they'll go for it here. Ogle throws another screen to Callahan. Got to make a tackle here if you're the Tigers, and they do. Davis leads the charge there, and that'll be a turnover on downs and a good start for the Tigers in this half.
Yeah, even though they're able to the Tigers are able to hold the Cadets there on 3rd down. We saw Connor Riley right there trying to attempt on that tackle, and we saw him kind of dive for that tackle. That's something I've seen a lot today with him trying to get in that backfield, going for those diving tackles instead of trying to wrap up. Like to see him. He's got a big role playing that middle linebacker position. He's got a lot to do with it, and that's something he's got to do better going forward. So Henry Reed will be back in the game after his one drive. Diatile with multiple interceptions in that first half. Reed looks to make something happen on the offensive end.
Reed will take the snap and flip it out to Hassan Parrish, still on his feet. No whistle blown yet, and the fans finally get into that one. A good rush there.
Yeah, beautiful job right there by Parrish to keep that play alive. Able to keep the knee off the ground, make multiple tackles, break multiple tackles, and almost pick up that first down. But not the play call that, not the type of play that they want to be able to have. Run game still struggling right here for the Tigers in the second half. Like to see Reed try to attack downfield or across the middle.
So Reed in the shotgun once again. 3 receivers towards the bottom of your screen and 1 towards the top. Looks like Parrish is in at the back once again, and they'll hand it off to him. He's going in a positive direction there, but only got a couple yards there. Not much blocking once again.
Yeah, even on those rushes, when they're able to pick up a yard or two, move them a little forward, but nothing going for that run game. That's something that the Tigers we want to see out of them. Something we saw a little bit last season where really sometimes at times in the game where nothing was going with the pass game. Seems to be a little bit about the opposite in this one. Can't get anything going on that run game, and Tigers going to now move into that 5 wide.
Yeah, so no one in the backfield with Reed. He'll definitely be airing this one out. He throws it once again, and that is broken up, but dangerous pass there. A lot of pressure off that edge.
You had to get rid of that one almost instantaneously. Not a single second of time. Lucky for that one to not be intercepted. And interesting to see the punt team coming out here now. Down 35-0. You're inside Benedictine territory. Like to see Coach Rogers go for a more of aggressive type play here. 4th down and 4. Not the worst play call if you go for it on 4th down, but Coach Rogers decides to bring Tomasek out.
Yeah, interesting, especially with the struggling with the punt all game.
Yeah, not something that I might call if I was a coach, but Coach Rogers knows more about football than me.
And that one almost blocked once again. That'll roll down to about the 28, so not a great punt for Tomasek. He's really having trouble getting that one off, and we mentioned earlier that he has a bit of a hip flexor injury, so struggling to punt there.
Still not the greatest field position here for the Cadets. Able to get back their offense back on the field. This clock is ticking now with only 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Tigers want to get some points on the board. They're going to have to do something better on the offensive end. Weren't able to pick up a first down at all that drive.
So continuous clock here in this 3rd quarter, just under 3 minutes and 25 seconds left, and 35-0 here for the Cadets. Now they'll sub back in Buluze and motion over Puccinelli once again. And another handoff, bounced out to the right side, and a lot of room towards the edge there, and a good tackle on the sideline. But a big gain there for the Cadets running back.
Yeah, bringing a new back right here. Let him get some work in with this blowout game. Tigers still experimented with those 2 big DNs. We've seen Wald almost solely lining in at that DN position instead of his normal outside linebacker. And then lining up with Dockery at that DN position too. Got some definite size and strength and height there out of those 2.
So Tigers will not stop their tough schedules as the run is stopped there. Good job by Wall and Connor Riley getting there. Possibly a gain of 1. As they'll face off against DCIA rival Roosevelt, who we saw in that first round last year. Once again, Tigers able to sneak in the playoffs, and they faced the 1 seed Roosevelt, and they just look so prepared. Dual threat at the quarterback, and this year they'll rock with the 3-star. So finally Puccinelli getting the ball there. That's his first catch of the game. Really been a fullback the whole game. Able to get a lot of blocking going in open space for the Cadets running backs.
Yeah, but that's exactly what you see out of there. He's just so hard to tackle. Kind of that big target in that middle of the field, standing in at 6'7". He takes 3 Tigers defenders to bring him down, and he's able to pull the ball forward to pick up that first down. He's done a great job of blocking Wall on that outside edge. Seen a lot of stuff out of him that's not going to show up in the stat sheet.
Buleza will throw towards the sideline, and a big stick is lit up. The backup running back will have a first down here.
Yeah, beautiful job right there by the running back, able to make 2 guys miss and almost break that tackle, extending it for another first down. Tigers again continuously struggling to tackle in the open field. They are taking another 2 or 3 Tigers defenders to bring the running back down and out of bounds.
Continuous clock here, under a minute now. So a lot of time wasting for the Cadets. A big hit in the backfield and almost picked off there from the Tigers. Right in the hands of number 23, Aiden Giles.
Yeah, a couple dropped interceptions today from the Tigers. Those are those type of plays that you've got to be able to capitalize when you're down in a ball game and when you're playing these tough teams that we know the Tigers will continuously play. You mentioned Khalil Wilkins. You got a lot of talent on that Roosevelt team. You got guys like Juan Pratt. Wilkins got multiple offers from Division I schools, including Duke, Boston College, Maryland. He does a great job of holding that pocket. Roosevelt will be a big test for the Tigers. We see them twice this year, so that'll be a big one.
Yeah, first league game too is a big deal. Looking down further in the schedule, the next game will be against Rose at Horace from the 3rd field, and play Ballou at Ballou on October 7th, and then October 15th we come home once again for the homecoming game against Eastern. Go to Dunbar on the 21st to play Dunbar, another tough matchup we had last year. Woodson on the 28th at Horace Fleming the 3rd field, and senior night against Rose, the last game of the season for us. So Tigers with a tough schedule here. Got to see if they can get some big wins against DCIA divisional matchups. So now another handoff here to the right side. A lot of room there for the backup running back for the Cadets. Nelson with a good tackle there alongside Riley. But this clock is just going to continuously tick because Tigers are still down by 35 points. So got to get something going here.
Yeah, beautiful job by that running back to bounce that one to the outside. Again, kind of stacking that box. That weak side we've seen there. No wide receiver over there. Tons of space. But Riley's done a beautiful job to only hold him to 3 yards.
So West in the pocket once again, intended for Puccinelli, and that one's broken up.
Yeah, trying to attack that outside of the field. A little bit of a miscommunication right there between the quarterback and the wide receiver. A little bit of an overthrow ball. Wall is going to check out of this one. In comes Cam Butler.
Yeah, and smartly so. It looks like Wall's really been shaken up, and obviously with him being one of those players you want to keep protected here throughout these first couple weeks, you got to make sure that ankle or leg or whatever that is that's bothering him is all right before you get him back in the game.
Yeah, speaking of Wall, if you haven't checked out already, Ian Wall took over our Instagram today. You can see in a day in his life before a big game like this. Check that out at Tiger TV Live on Instagram.
And out of the timeout here, continuous clock will start to run after this play. A 4th and 7 here. Cadets decide to go for it. They have an error. They air it out down the field, and that's caught by Luke Franco.
Yeah, beautifully thrown ball right there, finding that post route wide open over the middle. Those Tigers safety kind of dropping back and allowing things to get underneath them and picking up a huge gain, moving inside that, just outside the red zone. That quarterback had tons of time in the pocket there. Tigers got to do a better job of getting to him. Can't give him all day back there.
Buleza will find himself in the shotgun once again. And another handoff to the backup running back. He'll break through some tackles into the secondary, and a big gain and an easy first down there will work to the 15 for the Cadets. Wall back into this one, but still looks shaken up, nursing that leg ankle area.
Yeah, Cadets continue to lay great blocks, cutting off those linebackers. Riley not able to make a play right there, forcing the safeties to be able to make the tackle downfield. Cadets way into that Tigers red zone now.
Buleza will hand it off once again. Plenty of room there, but swallowed up. Good tackle by the Tigers there.
Clock continues to tick down.
So Wes will throw a screen once again, and that's towards the bottom of your screen, and a good tackle there. Number 34, Grayson Babbs, with a good catch there.
Yeah, nice hit right there by Rob Dockery. I mean, not Rob Nelson, I apologize. That cornerback was a honorable mention for the DCSSA team last year. Had a bit of a slower start to the season. Couple mishaps today.
Yeah, but I mean, you look back at that team and you realize how actually talented that team was, as another handoff here will result in what might be a first down. Got Godovic Ternay, who's playing at the college level now.
Connor Riley looks to be shaken up here. Not a good sign for the Tigers. We saw him struggle all season long last year with injuries, breaking his collarbone in the offseason and dealing with all types of leg issues. Not a good sign for your captain of one of the captains of this game, and a much needed position that the Tigers are not the deepest in at that linebacker position, especially that inside linebacker.
So Riley seems to be really shaken up. We'll be back after he's off the field. So welcome back once again. Cadets have some room here and waiting on a signal here, but that'll be a touchdown from the Cadets. Just piling on the score here. That'll be 41-0 now with the continuous clock running in this fourth quarter here.
Yeah, beautifully laid box right there. This backup running back has done a great job of picking up yardage. Doesn't seem like they lose a step after bringing him in versus the starter, and Tigers continue to struggle with that run defense. This one is up and good, and Benedictine Cadets will now move to 42-0 game.
Jocker really been money here all day. We were impressed at his pregame performance, kicking some 40-plus yarders, and he's been very, very consistent on those extra points today. You know, it's one of the things that separates very great teams is their special teams and small things like that. Just the ability to have a really solid kicker back there alongside talented receivers and quarterbacks and etc. A lot of time coming off this clock. This clock's still running here. So 42-0 as the ref still is speaking to the Cadets kicker. Jocker with a bomb. Brings Nelson all the way back. One of those you might want to let go, but he's trying to make a play here. Nelson will bounce out to the right side, tries to fight towards the sideline, and he'll be brought down at about the same position that he would have been brought down if he let that one go over his head. Nelson looks to be shaken up as well, so bad injury luck for the Tigers here. And here comes Henry Reed into the game.
Yeah, Reed really struggled so far in this second half, and at that last drive in that first half, hasn't been able to pick up a first down. And overall, the Tigers' offense has really struggled in this one. We saw them really drive on one. We really saw them only be able to progress in one drive, picking up a couple first downs with Ward in the game. But after that interception, giving up 3 interceptions so far today, they decided to switch it up.
So let's see if the Tigers can get on the board here, make something happen, some promise. They hand the ball off, and that is a big stuff in the backfield. Seemed like the Cadets were all over that one.
Yeah, and the offensive line for the Tigers continues to struggle. Some miscommunication from the big men down there, whether it's Jalen Campbell, should be the leader of the offensive line, recently committed to Georgetown University. But he's got to be able to do a better job of communicating some of the younger guys like Ian White, Noah Pearson, William House. All those guys, they got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback, protecting their running back. And offensive line and defensive line is one of those things that you don't see as much, but you don't see as much of those stars, but it's super important for a football team on both ends of the ball. And so far the Tigers have lost on both sides, whether it's their D-line or their offensive line.
So once again, not a good sign for the Tigers. That's Hassan Parrish checking out there. Looks very shaken up in the shoulder area.
Yeah, that's not a good sign for the Tigers. Parrish hasn't had the greatest day from behind in that backfield, but we've seen him make a couple good plays, and he's really that lead back for the Tigers. So will bring a lot of pressure to now number 3, Darrell Wright, that we see in the backfield now.
Reed does a good job drawing the offense, or the defense offside there for the Cadets. Clock will continue to run though, so a good move there that might have worked earlier in the game. We saw Dieterle do that as well. Could be something to add for the next couple weeks. The hard count working well there. Reed will hand it off. Bounce out to the left side now. Tigers back fighting for some extra yards and not much going there. Obviously the Tigers in some new jerseys. You've seen these going around, the Unison brand, throughout the DCIA. If you're familiar with any of the Roosevelt, Dunbar, or Bell jerseys, those are all Unison. So obviously a new jersey needed after the name change, and Tigers were able to add a cool gray colorway.
Yeah, it was much needed for those jerseys. As we've seen it with in the previous 3 weeks, the Tigers using their old Wilson jerseys. Not the best sign for when you change your school name and you're still rocking the old name on your jersey. We've seen that from multiple sports. Soccer team using their old jerseys for the boys. They've had a decent start to the season, starting out 5-3. Had a very rough, tough schedule, playing not only St. John's but also the DCSSA reigning champs in St. Albans. Haven't been able to close out those games, but they're looking like a improved soccer team. Lots of seniors on that team, so look out for big games coming up ahead, including a home one against a rival in DCI. Tigers looking to make a run this year in not only the DCIAA, but the DCSSA.
So Tomasek with a pretty nice punt there, finally able to get some good time there. That'll go out of bounds, and it seems to be the 47 in the Cadets territory. That clock will continue to run here, so it looks like once again that this one's going to come to an end in a Tigers loss. Once again, an unfortunate week for the Tigers, able to manage the damage a little bit better than last week, but still got to get something going here, especially for the first home game of the season. And 42-0 is disappointing, as the fans will trickle out of this one.
Yeah, I think it all starts in the beginning of this game. Tigers, again, had a very slow start, going 3 and out on their first 3 drives of the game. They can't afford to come out so slow in these games. They're a second-half team, and that's the same thing they saw last year. They have to come out quicker. They got to establish the run game more, and they got to capitalize on some of those mistakes that they're making, whether it's a dropped interception, whether it's those balls that are being batted up in the air, causing them to throw in interceptions, fumbles, all types of little mistakes that they're making. And they also just got to stay healthy on the field. You can't have guys like Connor Riley and Ian Wall getting injured when they're 2 of your key seniors on this team. Tigers will have a big test next week against the Roosevelt Rough Riders. We'll see if they will be able to bounce back as they enter league play. So another unfortunate week for the Tigers, not able to get on the board. We're going to lose this one 42-0. Cadets were able to really move the ball on offense through the run game, get anything they want, led by that big offensive line, able to lay great blocks. They played a heck of a game today, and we'll head back to Richmond happy in this one with a huge victory.
So once again, make sure to subscribe to the Tiger TV Live channel for more Tiger sports, Jackson Reed sports, Jackson Reed events, and make sure to drop a subscribe and like down below. This has been Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman. We'll be back.